All right, so hi everybody, I'm Megan, in case you forgot, and mine is kind of a nice segue from Morgan's speech. She just taught you how to be organized in your planner, and now I'm going to teach you how to have the perfect study space. So hopefully together these will help you as you prepare for later on things like midterms that are, coming up on too. So let's start by thinking about the previous study environments that you've been in. Have you ever been in a place that's like really messy and really loud and just really cluttered, and you just can't focus? That the TV is on and your roommate's being obnoxious and people are coming in and out of your room and your desk is overflowing and you just can't even hear yourself think. Or you think, okay, I'll just sit in my bed and I'll get something done. And then you wake up an hour later from your impromptu nap and realize you've done absolutely nothing. I am most definitely guilty of that, especially on Sunday mornings when I think that I should treat myself and sleep in. So basically, I have always been very organized. I like to color code things. I like to label everything since I was like in elementary school. So I've spent many, many years trying to figure out which study environment was going to work best for me. And of course, it changes over time from based on if I have, like addition homework versus if I have speeches that I have to write. But today I want to teach you how to make your own optimal study environment. That way you can have the best academic success that you can have. So I'm going to do that by teaching you the two main parts to what I do for my study environment. The first part is picking your physical location that you're actually going to study in, and then the second part is creating the perfect space within that location. So let's get started by picking the location. You want some place that you're going to be comfortable in, some place that you'll be able to focus in, but you're not too comfy in. Like your bed, you don't want to get in bed and then fall asleep, and you don't want to be in a place that's so comfortable that you're distracted by how comfy you are. So one way you can do this is by dressing for success. A lot of people think, oh, if I dress better, then I'm going to pay more attention, I'm going to focus better, and it's actually true. This doesn't mean that you have to dress in like business casual if you just want to study. Basically what this means is don't be in your fuzzy pajamas and your slippers and have pillows and blankets all around you. You're not creating a space that you're going to watch movies in or that you're going to take a nap in. You need to be alert and focused in on what you're doing, and that all starts by the way that you carry yourself. So the second thing that you need to think about when you're picking your location is designate one spot specifically for studying. So leave your bed for sleeping. If there's a room that you tend to watch TV in or hang out with your friends or family in, leave that to socializing. Pick a place that you actually know this is the space that I go to study in. For me, that is my desk in my dorm because it's just, I don't sit at my desk for any other reason because it's not too comfortable, but it's comfortable enough that I can stay focused. So the third thing that you need to think about when you're picking your location is the amount of noise that's in that location. Different people like different things. Some people like going to the library where it's completely silent. Other people like either the PSU or their dorm because there's still that background noise going on. Me personally, I definitely need that background noise. Otherwise, I start thinking about other things and I get distracted by my own stuff. So I need something going on. That way I'm actually focused. One of the ways that a lot of people do that is listening to music. I love listening to music. For me, I listen to soft music that does have words, but a lot of people like music without words so they don't get distracted by the lyrics as they're trying to study and then their favorite song comes on and they have to stop studying because they have to sing along because it's their favorite song. So once you pick your perfect location, you need to actually set up the space. So the first thing that you need to do is you need to clear your space of any distractions. So since I use my desk, before I even think about taking out my backpack, I get rid of everything that's on my desk. So any food that I have laying out, if I have my coffee out, if I have jewelry or makeup, I clear all of that. That way you start with a blank slate and you don't feel overwhelmed by everything else that's going on. After that, you want to set out all of your materials in order, but you don't want to set out too much at one time. So you don't want to just take all of your notebooks out, throw them on your desk, and be like, okay, I'm going to get started. If you know that you're not going to be working on a subject at that time, or if you're not even going to work on it at all that day, keep it put away. That being said, go one subject at a time. So if I wanted to work on my history paper, I would first set out the book that I need to use it, and maybe some highlighters or some sticky notes. That way I can remember which pages I wanted my concrete details from. And then I would also have my notebook and a pencil so I could start sketching my outline. Then after I do the outline, I would put away the book since I don't need it anymore, take out my laptop, and begin transferring it over and actually writing a paper. That way you're having minimal things in your workspace and you're only focused on what's in front of you. Also, what works really well for me is I love making checklists and to-do lists. So this is just a pad that I got from Target. It's my favorite one because over here in the margin they have these little lines, and so I use it as my little check marks. So I put everything in order that I need to be doing, and then going through and physically checking them off once you're done, because it will give you a sense of accomplishment and it'll make you more motivated to keep going and be more productive because you're seeing the progress that you're actually making. So to sum up, as long as you can pick the perfect location that you need that has the right amount of noise, and then clear your space and focus on the things that are right in front of you, and use Morgan's planner, you should be able to have a great, successful academic year. Thank you.